Lucky, lucky, lucky me.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Wellness Global and the I Am the Brand Business Accelerator interview series. I'm Valerie Engel Roberts, your hostess, and I'm facilitating this amazing container where we're bringing together, I think, 38 experts from around the globe, literally, to come together to bring their expertise, their encouragement, and their tips, strategies, and tools to you, the holistic business person, so that you can really flourish in your work and bring your gifts to the world. So today I'm very excited to introduce to you all Averil Maher. Welcome, Averil.
Hi, Valerie. It's lovely to be here.
It's so lovely to have you. I know it's early there. Why don't you tell us a little bit about where you're at and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, sure. Well, as you can probably tell by my accent, I don't live in the US. I actually live in New Zealand, and it's early morning here now. But where I live on, which is about an hour north of the Wellington, which is New Zealand's capital city, and I live here with my husband, and we have a little lifestyle block. It's quite close to the beach, so we often nip down to the beach for a lovely walk on the beach. It's quite pleasant. Yeah.
Yes,
Um,
that sounds very nice.
well, I mean, I go down there as often as I can, but we're really lucky to have a very quiet beach. And if there's like 20 people on the beach, we think it's crowded. So we're very fortunate in that regard.
Yeah, that's you're a little spoiled there and good for you, as it should be, right? So how lovely to just get to go take your walks on the beach. A few of you are on the beach. A few of our experts in this group are on the beach, and I'm a beach girl. So that's thumbs up from me. I love the beach. So what else? Tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Oh, well, I have been working for myself most of my adult life. And I started out as a therapist. I've done NLP, hypnotherapy, all of those sorts of things. And that led into life coaching and then money coaching and then business coaching. And it's what I really love to do. I love supporting women entrepreneurs in their quest to expand their business. So that's what I do. Um, these days, I focus mostly on money mindset. And I think that's what we'll be talking about later on. And I think one thing you have to sort of be aware of with that is what mindset is. People think, oh, this is some crazy thing, but actually, mindset's just the way you think about things. It's just the way, the attitudes and beliefs that you have that analyze a situation. It's how you see the world. And when it comes to money mindset, I sort of broaden that out a little bit because I believe that it's not just your thoughts, but it's also your personality type and your emotions. It's how you feel about about money, everything related to money, I guess.
Yeah, really good points there. And this has been a common theme for these conversations with the experts through this introductory period where we're kind of getting to know you all, is that the power of your beliefs and your thoughts. And you brought up today feelings, and I agree with you. And I've seen that myself in my life is how important it is to tune into those feelings you have about different aspects of your life, beliefs, thoughts, um, because that's kind of where you see the flags, right? Like when your feelings are in alignment or you have negative feelings, when you think about certain aspects, money, business, that's where you can really start to dig deep and learn more about what's going on.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I think it can be being in business can be quite lonely, and you can get a lot of input about how to do things. And, you have the actually running a business, but it's more than that. To be successful, I think you really have to dig deep and know who you are as a person and how you respond and react to situations so that you can really bring out the best in yourself. And I think that's really what's most important is learning how to work to your gifts
Mm.
and your strengths, and what I sort of encourage is mitigate the challenges that you have. But when it comes to business, I find that your mindset and how you run your business, it can affect the way that you talk to prospective clients. It can affect the way you price your offers. And it also has an impact on how willing you are to receive, because that's another aspect of building a business and the money mindset is you put it out there that, yes, I am um, putting my gifts out there, and yes, I'm receiving a fee for that. But a lot of people have trouble with that whole receiving thing. They just don't realize that there's a block in that regard. They have sort of a ceiling, if you will, on what they're prepared to receive, and doesn't matter how hard they work. Often these blocks just get in the way, and they can't proceed to expand their business any further than like they might want to.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. And that does come up in conversations with some of our, my collaborators and things like that. So I definitely see that reflected in my reality. And I'm sure a lot of business owners identify with that when you say that. And is that kind of how you became someone? You said you sort of went from, therapist, life coach, money mindset into business coach. And is that sort of the bridge there? You were working with people on money mindset, and we tend to naturally, once you get that mindset going in the right direction, then you realize your empowerment to utilize your gifts in your business. How did that bridge happen for you to go from working with people on money mindset into business coaching?
Well, you're quite right. And what happened for me was when I was trying to build my business, I mean, I've been working at it for a long number of years in various different forms. And then I came across the money mindset work, and my trainer is actually Kendall Summerhawk, and she invented something called the sacred money archetypes. And it's just a tool that we can use. So I trained in that process. And while I was there, I had these revelations. One of my lead archetypes, there are 8 archetypes, but one of my lead archetypes is accumulator. And that means that I'm very cautious with money. I always look carefully at what I spend my money on. And how it played out for me in sort of the business sense was that I was really reluctant to invest in my business. And this caused all sorts of problems, where I really could have done with having some help, like a VA, for instance. I just thought, oh, no, I can't afford to have somebody work for me. That's just not going to work. But it was all about my money mindset. And it was very limiting, as you can probably imagine. Um, so once I worked with Kendall and I overcame those sorts of issues that had kept me back in the past, I realized that my business started to flourish a little bit more. And then through other circumstances, people had started to introduce me as not their life coach, but as their money coach. No, it wasn't the money coach. They introduced me as their business coach. And I thought, that's funny. I'm not your business coach, but obviously I had been helping them with their business. So that's when the penny finally dropped, and I went off and got some more specific business coach training. And that is very much in alignment with all of the other work that I do, because I work very holistically. I work quite intuitively as well. So to be able to capture all of those sort of skill sets and bring them together in one sort of place has been really, really useful. Because to combine the whole mindset issue with the money issue, with the business coaching sort of practices, I find it's quite powerful. And I find my clients feel a lot freer once they sort of work in that sort of zone, free to sort of expand themselves and their business.
Yeah, it is empowering, and I feel like it's sort of a process that you continually have to work on and work through and grow in. So it's like there's always more work to do, right?
Of course, there sure is.
And do you work primarily virtually? Do you work primarily one-on-one with specific clients, or do you do group programs? How do you do that?
Well, I do most of my work virtually, and even before COVID, I was working online with a lot of my clients. So even though I'm in New Zealand, I have some New Zealand clients, but mostly my clients are in Australia or in the US. And working online, it's just brilliant. I find it very, very effective. Occasionally, if I've got a local client, I'll be visiting them locally, and that's a lot of fun. But for the most part, I do one-to-one work with my clients, especially if we're going deep into what really makes them tick and how that impacts their business, and how you can actually implement the training, I guess, you have with the money mindset into your business practically, in a practical sort of way. But I do small groups as well, which is lots of fun, and I do workshops. I haven't done a workshop for quite some time, but I love the live workshops as well. So the vibe that you get from a live workshop is so much fun.
Yeah, there's something special when you do get to meet with people in person or in a live workshop. The energy there is really fun. I love that too. Although I'm super grateful for, the capacity to be able to work with people around the world online. I would have never met you, had we not had this opportunity. So it's really cool that we can connect with people around the world. But yes, I totally agree about the live energy is super. So we are getting ready to really dive into the I Am the Brand Business Accelerator. We actually have already opened the doors, so our members are starting to find their way inside. And from April 1st to June 30th, 2024, for 90 days, we're coming together and we're just pouring our services and our expertise into this group. For holistic entrepreneurs. And tell us a little bit about what you're looking forward to in the group and what you plan to be sharing with us in there.
Oh, sure. Well, I made myself a few notes so that I'd actually get it right. So some of the things I'm going to be looking forward to working with is I really enjoy being in a group scenario, and I pop into, hopefully I'll be able to pop into the group and make comments and share ideas and support people within the group. But when it comes to the trainings that I've got planned, I think there's three aspects to money mindset that I'll be talking about. One is becoming aware of your money mindset, how you think about money, and the beliefs you have and where they've actually come from. Another is how your money mindset impacts your business and what you can do about it. And then lastly, there'll be some practical strategies around how to increase your income without triggering that resistance that so often pops up. So that's sort of what I have planned.
That's exciting. I think for a lot of people, this might be their first venture into really going into money mindset and beliefs and things like that. I know we had a book club here in my town, a real live in-person one, and some of us got together and we read some books relating to money mindset. And for many of us, it was the first time ever really evaluating that. And it was very eye-opening and kind of mind-blowing to realize, oh, not everyone thinks that about money, or not everyone thinks that it has to be this way. When you realize that you've got all this programming and these beliefs that you just thought it was the way it was, and you realize all the power you have to change it, it can really be life-changing. So
that is so true.
yeah, so we're thrilled to have you, and you are it's a wonderful what's the word I'm looking for? We also have Laura Rotter in the group, who is very focused more on she's a ex-Wall Street worker. She is very strategic in like the life planning of how to create the life. And I think the two of you work so complementary. Your offering is so perfectly complementary. I couldn't have dreamed up two better people to bring in to provide this aspect for our practitioners. I think it's really going to help them level up their game. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
So folks, if you haven't joined the I Am the Brand Business Accelerator yet, make sure you go ahead and do that today. We are active now, and the trainings and the connections and the community that we're building in there, it's starting, and you don't want to miss out on that, because I really believe that we are creating deep relationships with people around the world and really building a strong community of business owners who are serious about their work, who want to, fully live into their potential for their life, and their business. And so this is the time to get connected. Averil has a promo code. It's her last name, Maher. It will be in the description of the YouTube, so you can just cut and paste it into the promo code. But that will let you come in the doors for just $111 for all 90 days. So make sure you go ahead and do that and join us so that you can be part of these trainings. You can get to know Averil and the other experts in there, and you can start applying this to your life and business, and decide, maybe I need to be working more closely with Averil on a one-on-one basis or whatnot. You'll be able to decide that when you get in there and you kind of get a feel for where you're at with this money mindset. But Averil, I want to give you the last word. Are there any last thoughts, any important things that you wanted to say today, or closing thoughts before we wrap up?
Well, yeah, I think most of the people who are involved in the heart space business area, they're there because they have a calling, and they really want to help people in every way that they can. And I appreciate that, but I think you owe it to yourself and to the people that you serve to create a really thriving business, because you have to get your gifts out into the world, because really you're needed. So I think this container is an excellent opportunity to grow and develop your own skills and your own belief systems so that you can put your stuff out there and be fully appreciated with what you do. So I love to do what I do, and I'm sure you love to do what you do as well. So I'm really looking forward to being part of this community.
Perfectly said. Yes, exactly. We want you all to have fun, but we also want you to be massively successful because you deserve that. Right. Wonderful. Well, thank you again
Absolutely.
for taking time out of your morning to be with us here today and to get to know let the audience get to know you a little bit more. We will see you, Averil, inside I Am the Brand. We're there now, everyone. So go ahead and jump in. And for those of you watching, it's IamTheBrand.info. Use the promo code MAHER, which is MAHER, right? and
That's
and
right.
come on in for $111. Okay. All right. And so we will see you all inside the container. Goodbye.
Bye.
Lucky, lucky, lucky me.